here we go. Okay. Whew. Good evening. So you'll see there's a little banner here on my left. And those symbolize, each of those icons are the seven chakras, which we are going to talk about tonight and work on tonight. And these are important energy centers in our body. So the word chakra means wheel or circle, and it's really a vortex of energy. So we have 7 main chakras. Now, I will caution you that I typically take about an hour and a half to do a chakra class. However, we don't have that much time, so I'm doing the abridged version. I have my notes here, so I stay on course. And we will start, and we will start with our pranayama. So come inside and focus on your breath. Bring your attention to your breath. Just notice your breath. Notice the shape your body takes when you inhale and how it changes when you exhale. Begin to deepen your breath. The 7 chakras start at the base of our spine and move all the way up to the crown of our head. The spine is the axis upon which these wheels of energy live. And the Sushumna is the central axis in Sanskrit. And it is the axis upon which the cycles, the chakras exercise their energy. But it's very similar to a caduceus, you know, the medical symbol where you have the staff and the snakes. And it's very similar in yoga philosophy and the chakras, that there are whirling energies going in one direction and the other. And I won't get into all that detail tonight, but just to know that these are present in our body. There are many chakras, perhaps there are over 100 of them in our bodies, but these are the ones that are on the Sushumna. Deepen your breath and feel the energy flowing from your belly all the way up to the crown of your head. On your next breath, feel it coming all the way from the base of your spine up to the crown of your head. And the energy flows down as well from the crown of your head when you exhale all the way down to the base of your spine. So return to your natural breath and open your eyes. Okay. So before we begin, let's just loosen up a little bit, just a little loosening up of our neck and our shoulders. So start Sending your chin to your chest, your nose to the sky. Bring your head to neutral. Make circles with your nose. Go slowly so you don't get dizzy. And then when your chin is to your chest, go the opposite direction. And then the next time your chin is to your chest, pause and very slowly bring your head to neutral. Look over your left shoulder. Turn, look over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. And then go the other way twice. Send your arms straight out to the side. Bring one hand to one shoulder, the other to the other shoulder, and hug yourself. Just give yourself a nice hug. Then send your elbows to the sky. Send your elbows to the mat. Bring your elbows back to center and go to one side, through center, exhale, other side. Come back to center, release your arms. Okay, so our first chakra, which is represented by the red symbol down on the bottom, is Muladara chakra, and Muladara is the root, and it means root. It's the root chakra. It's our connection to the earth. It's our foundation. What gives us stability. So we're going to work on that chakra because we need some stability, I think. Yeah, maybe. Grounding. We need grounding. So place your feet on the edge of your mat. Yeah. Your hands alongside your hips. And you're just going to swing your knees over to one side. Inhale, exhale, other side. And keep that going from side to side. So inhale through center, exhale as you twist. Inhale, exhale. So notice what you're doing. You are stimulating your lower, your hips, where your Muladara chakra lives, the base of your spine. And then come back with both feet to center. And send your knees over to the right. Bring your left hand to your left hip. And you're going to lift your hip with your hand. You're going to push it and lift it, send it forward and back, forward and back. So we're opening up our hips here. And then pause, come back to center, over to the other side. And we'll do the same thing here. So you'll put your right hand on your right hip and rock and roll your hip. And then come back to center. All right. So place your feet hip distance apart in front of you, flat on the mat. Bring your hands underneath your thighs, toes to the mat, and that will cause you to slant your back a little bit. And then you're going to lift one leg and then the other, or maybe just one. It's okay if it's just one. And your legs are bent, and we are resting on our Muladhara chakra now. Release your hands. Maybe you'll straighten your legs. Maybe, maybe not. Bring them down. And I'll turn this way. Bring the soles of your feet together. Okay. And then, like we just did with Navasana, the boat pose, you're going to lift your feet up off the floor, but you're going to first take your hands, take the outside, the pinky edge of your feet. You're going to lean back and lift your hips. And one leg, and then the other leg. Whoa. Balancing on your Muladara chakra. If you want to be very brave, you can bring your legs together, your head between your arms for a teardrop shape. Whoops. And you can fall out of it. Beautiful. And come back down. Good. All right. So our next chakra, so we've now stimulated our foundation. Our next chakra is Svadhisthana, and that is the orange one. And it is the element of the first chakra is earth, of the second is water. So it represents flow and ease. And it is your, it's where our reproductive organs are. So it is where life begins. Yeah. And it is about relationships. It's about happiness. Bring your hands down by your side. Send your straight long back forward, then over to one side, to the back and forward. Let's open up that Svadhisthana chakra. Svadhisthana means one's own place. It is our center, is where everything where we come together, where we are able to relate to others. And then when you're forward again, your head over your legs, go the other way. And then come back to center. Okay. Bring the soles of your feet together. Yeah. Send your feet away from you so you have this nice diamond shape in front of you. Yeah, good. Hands on your shins. You're going to inhale, bend your elbows, bring your flat back forward and come forward over your legs. You're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, and you're going to come down as far as you can over your legs, over your shins, over your calves. You can bring your elbows, hook them over your shins to help you come down a little closer. On an inhale, you'll unfold. Okay, so we're going to do a gradual Baddha Konasana, which is bound angle pose. So you're going to bring your legs in just a little bit closer, about the length of your foot. Your hands on your shins again. Inhale, exhale, bend your elbows, come forward. Inhale, exhale, elbows, hook your shins. Inhale, exhale, maybe you can get your nose to your feet. Maybe not. Any amount, bend over. Okay. Inhale, unfold. Okay, so this is your last time. So you'll bring your feet as far in, maybe all the way to your groins, maybe not. So, and then first butterfly your legs. First butterfly them. This is very, puts a lot of pressure on your knees, so think about that before you decide how far you want to bring your feet. Okay, here we go. You're going to inhale, exhale, come forward, bend your elbows. Inhale, exhale, hook your elbows around, over your shins. Inhale, exhale, come forward. You're going to curl your spine here. Good. You're going to lift your head and unfold Svadhisthana chakra and shake out your legs, send them out in front of you. Great. Okay. Bring your feet into a comfortable seat, cross-legged position. Good. Inhale. So our next chakra is Manipura. That is our belly, our solar plexus, and it's yellow you can see from the symbol there. This is where our courage is. That's our furnace, you know, when somebody has a fire in their belly, when they're fearless, and we want that fearlessness right now. So we're going to wake up this chakra right here. And you know that feeling when you talk in your gut, when you're timid, or when you're feeling powerful, that's exactly where it is. Inhale, exhale, twist to your left. You're looking over your left shoulder, right hand on left knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine. After your exhale, twist a little bit more. Feel that twist around your middle, waking up your Manipura chakra, your courage. Inhale, arms through center. Exhale, other side. Look over your right shoulder. Again, get taller on your inhale and twist when you're empty of breath. Inhale to center, come back to the center of your mat. Ah, yes, okay. All right, so you're going to bring your feet again to the edge of the mat. All right. All right. This is a little twisty, a very twisty thing. So this is so your first three chakras from the base up are your earthly chakras, your more physical ones. The middle is your heart, and then the other three are the more ethereal chakras. So you're going to send your knees, both your knees to the right, and you're going to bring both your hands outside your right thigh. All right, so you might want to watch me for this one. You're going to walk your hands on to the mat behind you. So you're twisted all the way around, looking at the back of your mat. You're going to come down on your forearms. Now you go as far as it is comfortable for you to go. You stop at any time. You're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, you're going to bring your chest down to the mat. You're going to inhale and you're going to exhale, send your arms straight out in a T shape. Your gaze to the right or not, or the other way. Big backward twisty thing. That's the Sanskrit for this pose. Slide your hands under your shoulders, push up, and twist back to center. Bring your feet back up to the mat. We're going to do that on the other side. So you'll send your feet to the left, your knees to the left, your feet stay where they are. Your hands step outside your left thigh, and you walk your hands onto the back of the mat. You place one forearm down, then the other forearm down. You can stay right here or bring your chest all the way down to the mat. You can stay right here or where you were and send your arms out to a T shape. your gaze to the left or not. There's always the or not option. Slide your hands under your shoulders, push into the mat to make your way up and untangle, untwist, and come on back. Okay. So let's see, we're up to our Anahata chakra. Okay, Stefania, get ready. We're going to be doing the pose that you wanted here. But first, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together and bring our hands to our shins. Right? And we're going to do some cats and dogs. And this is going to help release our spine, but you'll notice that this chakra also, Anahata is the heart chakra. It is the green one. It is the center, and it represents balance. It also is compassion and love, right? And healing. So, hands on shins. Inhale, exhale, curl your spine behind you. Inhale, send your heart, opening up your heart. You'll notice at the same time, though, you're waking up your first three chakras. So this is a wonderful way to move from the first three to our heart chakra, Anahata. Exhale, cat. Keep going at your own pace. Inhale, keep it up. Next time you're in cat, you're going to pause. Right, and you're going to step on your feet on the mat, knees to the ceiling. Your hands are alongside your hips, or a little bit behind them, actually. They're a little behind. Fingers pointing forward. If that's completely uncomfortable for you, then you can move your hands a little bit. So we're going to do this gradually. You're going to start by just lifting your hips and bringing them down. Lifting your hips and bringing them down. Next time, you're going to lift your hips and bring them to your heels. Lift your hips, bring them back between your hands. Lift your hips to your heels. Bring your hips back. All right, this time, you're going to lift your hips, come on up to your Pavrita Barasana, your reverse table. So make sure your ankles are under your knees. Your wrists are under your shoulders. You should have a nice flat middle, flat tabletop. Right, so we can stay right here, or you can bring your hips back between your hands, or you can stretch one leg out and then the other leg out and come into Purvottanasana, which is upward plank. Excellent. Okay, and now bring your hips down. Come up to sit. Okay. Take a breath. Take a couple of breaths. And we're going to work our way onto our knees. Okay. Take another breath when you get there. So we're going to continue to open our heart. Send your arms back behind you. Yoga Mudra with your hands. Send your knuckles to the earth. Just a gentle little heart opening here. You're opening up your heart to the sky. Inhale and exhale, come to a neutral spine. If you had a block, now imagine that there's a block underneath your knuckles, in between your calves. And you're going to put pressure on that block. So now you're going to send your knuckle to the top of that block and open your heart, big, big heart opening. Try to keep your pelvis over your knees and open up. You can do this with blocks on either side of your ankles and just reach for the block, but we don't have blocks, so we have to improvise and come back up. Okay, well, there's two more ways we can do this. Turn under your toes. All right. Right arm goes all the way up, goes back behind you. Take your heel. Still facing forward. Left arm goes up, swing it back behind you. Still facing forward. And then open up your heart to the sky. Don't drop your head back. Hold your head up. Head is very heavy. It is not good to let it just drop down. Inhale, back up. So those of you who are very brave can do the final one. And here we go. Inhale. Feet are flat on the mat. You're on the tops of your feet. Inhale, exhale, send one hand down, send your other hand down, send your pelvis forward. And I'm going to come out of that because it doesn't like my scoliosis. So I'm coming up, but others of you may wish to. Beautiful. Nice. Okay. Come back up. You want to come onto your hands and knees, and the reason we're doing this is to release your spine after that deep back bend. So do a couple of cats and dogs, just a couple. Right. And then come back to stand on your knees. So while we're on our knees, we're going to work on a fifth chakra up here, the throat. That's a communication. It's the color blue. You'll notice the chakras are the colors of the rainbow, and together they are white light, the divine light, the white light of divinity. So the Vishuddha is, the word means purification, and it's about speaking your truth, communicating, being who you are, being yourself, and allowing yourself to speak with kindness. Inhale, exhale, your chin to your chest. Lift your head, look over your right shoulder. Come to center, look over your left shoulder. Come to center, send your nose to the sky. Come back to center. And we will open our throat in a few other poses in a little while. So just turn your head from side to side, opening up your throat. Then come back to center, and each of these chakras have seed sounds, or bija sounds. And the first is lam, then vam, then rum, then yum. And this one is hum, very fitting, right? So perhaps we can say that. We will do that here in this room silently at home. You can say it out loud and spit it out if you like. But here we'll say it silently. Hum, hum, hum. And hum it, hum it. Our next chakra is our third eye. And again, in a little while, we'll be doing it. We'll be doing these chakras standing. Rub your hands together. Rub them from the palms of your hand. Get them nice and hot. Heat it up. And then place them over your eyes. Your middle fingers are touching right over your third eye. You're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, you're going to send your arms up to the sky, you're going to look upward. You can inhale, you're going to exhale, bring your hands down over your eyes. You're going to release your left hand, you're looking out of just one eye. You're going to bring that back. Looking out of the other eye, release your right hand. Bring both of them back, open them up, open your eyes wide, look to the left, let your eyeballs go from one side to the other, up and down. And then bring that energy back to your third eye. Your Anya chakra. And its color is indigo. So we're going up the rainbow or down, whichever way you like your colors to go. All right, so now our next chakra is our crown chakra. It's Sahasrara, and that chakra is our spiritual connection. It is where that white light enters our body. Send your hands back behind you. Send your hips to your heels. Come to a child's pose, bringing your hands on your heels or wherever they can reach. If you can touch your hands, that's great, but that is not necessary. You're going to lift up a little bit off your hips, just a little bit, so that you could bend your head and bring the crown of your head down to the mat. And you're going to lift your hips, lift them, and roll over your cervical spine, opening up your neck spine. Roll over it. Where we hide, carry all our tension. Let it go. Let it go. And now roll back to the top of your head. Interlace your fingers behind you. Send your knuckles straight back behind you. Bring the crown of your head back on your mat and roll over the back of your head again. Your hips are coming up. They may come up over your knees, and maybe your arms will come to the ceiling to make rabbit ears. Sasangasana, rabbit pose. Release your hands, bring them down onto the mat, and push yourself up. Okay, so one more thing to connect our crown chakra, and what we're doing here, Sahasrara means 1,000-petaled lotus. It's like infinity, forever, all of these lotus. It's symbol of enlightenment. So what we do now is we're going to connect our crown chakra with our Muladara chakra, with the earth. And you're going to do that by coming down onto your forearms. So you're in table, but your arms, you're on your forearms. Okay, so what we're going to do now, and I'd like you to look at me first before you do anything. That's especially those of you at home. Because this is a prep for headstand. We are not going to do headstand, and no one at home should do this. No one should do this without someone around to spot you, to make sure nobody falls out of it and hurts themselves. So the first thing you're going to do, but the prep is safe. So here we go. Interlace your fingers. Now, when you interlace your fingers, make sure your pinky is inside your other pinky, so it's flat on the mat. So your pinkies are flat on the mat. You're going to bring your shoulders over your elbows. Your wrists are on the mat. Your forearms are on the mat. If you were going to do a headstand, it is this pressure of your hands and wrists, your arms, on the mat and not the pressure on your head that takes you into headstand. Turn under your toes. Lift your hips. You're going to walk your hands, your feet a little bit in, and then pause. Bring the crown of your head down to the mat. Wrap your hands around your head. Your wrists and your forearms are still on the mat. You're going to continue to walk your feet forward, 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 toward your head, and stop. Then you're going to lift your right leg all the way up to the sky and bring it back down. Then your left leg comes all the way up to the sky and bring it back down. Bring your knees to the mat and unfold. Now, if anybody has headstand in their practice in the room, I will spot you, or someone, I will put my mask on, come spot you. If not, we will move on. Okay, all right. Okay. All right, excellent. Okay, time to come up to stand. So you'll notice in our standing sequences, we're going to be going through the chakras again, not necessarily in order the way we did it on the ground, but we are still, and all of this helps us to wake up the chakras. And you'll also see that most yoga poses are designed around the chakras. Come to Tadasana, to your mountain. Crown of your head, your Sahasrara. Muladara. Your legs are an extension of your seat. You're grounding. You're rooted into the earth. Crown of your head is reaching to the heavens. Your heart, your head is over your heart. Your heart is open. You're going to send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Let your arms fall naturally by your side for your mountain. All 7 chakras working as one. Inhale, all that energy, bring it down to your heart. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Inhale. Hold your arms straight up overhead. You're going to come to a flat back, your arms alongside your ears, your hips over your ankles. You're going to bend your knees. Sitting in your chair, you're going to bring your hands to a prayer and bring your prayer to your heart. You're going to hook your left elbow over your right knee. You're going to press your hands together to help you twist, to help you send your heart to your hands, the Anahata chakra to your hands. You're going to use your third eye to see where you are going. You're going to inhale. You're going to exhale, look down at your feet. You're going to come on the ball of your left foot. You're going to bring your weight on your right foot, and you're going to step your left foot all the way back and come back into your twist. If you fall out of it, that's just fine. Just come right back in. All right. So now you're still pushing your back in your twist, looking at your twist, and you're going to open up your arms. They're still outside your left arm, still outside your leg, your other arm to the ceiling. Then bring your hands back to prayer. You're going to look down at your front foot, and you're going to very bravely call upon your Manipura chakra. Come forward. Using that third eye that allows you to see, intuitively lift your back leg and bring it forward. You're going to bring your prayer to center. You're going to send your arms back behind you, come up to a flat back. You're going to bend your knees again, sit in your chair, your arms in front of you, out in front of you. You're going to cross your right over your left leg, sitting down in eagle legs, left over right. And bring your thumbs to your third eye. The eagle has the most precise vision, like our third eye. Come all the way down. Open your wings, push your feet into the mat, come into your tree. You're going to lift your knee in front of you. Send your wings out to the side and fly away, sending your leg back behind you. And then you'll come back into your tree. Or not. And bring your foot down. Okay. Okay. So we got all our chakras working for us here. Urdhva Hastasana, arms straight up. Urdhva means upward. Hastasana is arms or hands, so it's really a literal translation. Inhale, exhale, flat back. Inhale, exhale, bend. Bring your hands to your heart. Hook over your left knee. Look at your prayer. Eagle eye. Come on to the ball of your right foot. Look down at your feet for balance. You're bringing your weight over your left leg as you lift your right leg and send it back behind you. Open your arms. Close them. Press your palms together so you can twist a little bit more. Going to come forward again over your left leg, bringing your weight forward. Use your courage to lift your back leg all the way up and then bring it forward. All right, back into your twist. Bring your prayer to center. Send your arms back behind you, straighten your legs. Flat back. Bend your knees again, sit in your chair, arms in front of you, left leg over right, right arm over left. Squat down for your eagle. Open your wings. Bring your weight on your right hand. Come in to your tree. You can bring your arms up for your tree. Then spread your arms, lift your leg, and fly away. Then come back into your tree. And come back down. Fold over. Bend your knees, send your arms straight out behind you. Send your arms forward through a chair, push your feet into the mat. Hands together into your heart. Okay. We got all our chakras, right? Good. Okay. So I think we will make our way back down to our mats to cool our bodies off a little bit, all right? Not that we need to, it's 30 degrees in here, but it's okay. All right. So come to sit in Dandasana. Your legs straight out in front of you, your hands alongside your hips. Send your arms straight out in front of you, palms facing each other. You're going to engage your abs. You're going to use your core muscles to count to 20 to bring yourself down to the mat. And remember, I have to say this every time, and it's a good thing. So you don't want your back to ever slap onto the mat. So if you feel that happening, then bring your forearms down to the mat. Otherwise, take your time coming all the way down to a count of 20. And I know you're going to speed up your last 5 or 6 numbers. Right. Bring your feet to the mat when you get there. Take your time. Lengthen your spine on the mat. Arms alongside your body. Step your heels closer to your hips. Lift your hips, come into your bridge. Your sternum is coming towards your chin. Your hips are moving upward. Anahata chakra, your heart is open wide here. Perhaps you'll bring your arms underneath your hips, interlace your fingers to bring your bridge up a little bit higher. Press your arms into the mat. If your arms are under your hips, release them and melt your back down onto the mat. All right. We're going to do that again, but we're going to add a little flourish to it. So come into your bridge position, get your alignment. Make sure your knees don't splay open when you come up into your hip. Imagine that you're hugging, that you're have a block between your legs and you're pressing into it. Inhale your hips up. Bring your arms underneath if you wish, not necessary. Right. You're going to lift your right leg up to the sky. You're going to keep your bridge nice and high. You're going to send your right ankle to your left thigh. And then lift your leg again back to the sky. Bring your leg down. Bring your spine back down. So just notice when we do these, which chakra you're helping to wake up. We just did our heart and our hips, our Muladara, and our compassion. So let's do that bridge again. Come up to your bridge. Get into alignment first. Get into your perfect bridge first. Then extend your left leg to the sky. Push your right foot into the mat so that you can lift your hips high. Bring your left ankle to your right thigh. Then extend your leg up to the sky again. Bring your foot to the mat. Melt your spine down to the mat. Right. You're going to bring your knees into your chest. Send your arms out in the shape of a T. Straight out from your shoulders, palms facing up. We're going to send our knees, so just let me finish the instruction first. We're going to send our knees over toward our right elbow. We're not going to touch the right, well, maybe some of you can, but it's just going in that direction. So it's going over and high to your elbow. But what we want to do here is to keep our heels in line with our sits bones, to keep this straight, to keep the legs straight. So in order to do that, when you bend your knees and send them to your elbow, you have to lift your feet, lift them to keep them in line. And you're going to hover. You're just going to hover. Come back to center, go the other way. Same thing. Hover. This is great for your abs. Use your core here. Center. To the right. Center. To the left. Center. Roll from side to side. Just roll. Leave your arms where they are. Just roll your hips. And you can roll them a little bit more now that your arms are not holding your knees. Okay, you're going to bring your feet down, back down to the mat. And we're going to do one of my favorite stretches. Bring your arms alongside your body. Bring your knees into your chest. And I think we did this last time. Cross your right ankle over your left. Take your feet in your hands. So just listen to my instructions because it's a little complicated. All right. So you have hold of your feet. You're going to release your right foot and place your right foot down on the mat. You're sending your left knee forward, going in the same directions as your right toes. You're still holding on to your left foot. Your right foot is pushing into the mat. You're going to send your left arm alongside your left ear, all the way up behind you. You're going to lift your right hip. Keep your right foot pushing into the mat, your knee up, and lift your hip and stretch. Stretch your right arm, stretch, left arm, stretch. Stretch your hips and bring it down. Okay, other side. So we start with our knees into our chest, left ankle over right. Take hold of your feet. Release your left foot, place it on the mat. Bring your right knee down alongside your left foot. You're still holding your right foot. Right arm alongside right ear. Press your left foot into the mat, lift your hip, and stretch. This is great for your hip flexors, your psoas muscle, and other things as you're stretching your arms. Bring your hip back down. Uncross, untangle. Bring your feet to the mat. If you have a blanket or a block handy, you're going to get hold of it. Lift your hips and slide it underneath your hips, just below your waist. You could do it without anything. You could do it just flat on the mat. It's just nice to have a little rise in your hips. And then send one leg to the sky and then the other. This is a supported Viparita Karani, which is legs up the wall. And lifting your legs like this does so many wonderful things for your body. And just keep them just straight up, reaching for the sky. You are improving your blood flow. You are draining any fluids that have settled in your legs. You're improving your blood pressure. Your heartbeat, your heart. Feel your heart. You're allowing that energy to flow to your heart. When you are ready, bring your feet to the mat. Lift your hips. If you have something underneath, bring it down and make your way into a Shavasana. In Shavasana, your legs are open comfortably, splaying open nice and easily. Your arms are rotated so that the palms of your hands are facing upward. Your fingers are curled in a giving and receiving mudra gesture. Feel your whole back body sinking into gravity. Feel the release. Feel the assimilation of all the energy you have just generated. Feel your whole body resetting. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Take a deep breath. Roll your head from side to side as you begin to reawaken your body. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Send your arms overhead, your feet away from you for a final deep body stretch. Then bring your knees into your chest and hug them and roll from side to side to massage your lower back, your whole back. Release your legs and roll over onto your right side to open up your left side, your moon side, to prepare you for the evening ahead. And whenever you're ready, come up to sit. Let's take all this energy that we've generated and use it for the rest of the evening, throughout the rest of the week, and the week following, and as long as you wish, to think about stimulating our chakras. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you.